Hello, Elizabeth. Let's talk portfolio. Okay, my first thing, excuse me, and I know we didn't spend a whole lot of time on our background pages in this particular portfolio class, but a couple of times I mentioned the importance of maybe setting up some sort of a background page consistent where the information is consistent on every page. And you kind of have that here. I think each piece should have a little bit more information, excuse me, a little bit more information. Maybe the intent of the piece, the objective, and the software used. Maybe something like that. Just a little descriptive piece. The page size itself, you're at straight up default 8.5 by 11. I think that's a mistake. I think that there's so many interesting page sizes to go. I think a derivative of the golden section would probably be your best bet. Using 8.5, what I would recommend doing is I would recommend using 8.5 as a derivative of the golden section. Go ahead and multiply that by 1.618, and you'll have a wonderful page size of 8.5 by 13.75. That page size is going to be shaped like something like that, but it's going to be a really versatile page size. I don't see a lot of versatility in 8.5 by 11. I'll talk about that in a second as we start moving through the piece. Okay, collateral design. I don't know if I would use all. You've already got 49 pages, so stuff like this can be eliminated. Like all of these introductory pages, you can get rid of those and just say CD package type exploration, CD package rough sketches instead of having that page. Because right now, if you send this portfolio out, the recipient's going to see 49 pages. They're probably going to say, no thanks. That's too many pages. I would try to keep it under 22 or so. Okay, so. This piece looks great, phenomenal, really good job. I love it. Okay, this magazine book cover looks fantastic. Brochure, I think is looking pretty good. I would love to see that mocked up. I'd love to see all of your work mocked up. Think about, well, I shouldn't say all of it. I should say several pieces. This piece you can mock this up, show it on a brick wall somewhere outside a venue. This piece you could show on a table. This piece you could show actually mocked up as an actual bifold brochure. Okay, right now you're showing it just front and back, but there's no delineation of front and back, so it's really hard for the viewer to tell what exactly they're looking at by just viewing these four panels. Direct mailer looks fantastic. Good job there. I think that piece has really come a long way. Good type exploration here. Sketches look fantastic, but I would recommend running these through a Photoshop adjustment layer, levels adjustment layer. Something to really bring the contrast out in that. Plus, I also think there's too many sketches on they're just jammed in here. So that's another thing that will benefit by getting rid of pages that you don't need. You can use pages that you do need. For example, I would increase the size of those rough sketches and span those 2 pages. Poster looks great. Hang on one sec. Okay, sorry about that. So post looks great. Again, CD packaging looks like you're trying to jam so much into this little tiny page. Again, I think that's where that larger format page would really come in handy. Advertising campaign looks good. Where are your banners? What happened to those lovely banners that you created? I didn't see those in your presentation anywhere. But you have 2 outdoor ads, 2 magazine ads. So good job there. Corporate identity looks great. Now this corporate identity, you're going from page 16 to page 31. That's too much. That's just too much for this corporate identity piece. First of all, I think that this needs to be fit on the background page itself, because right now you're showing the table of contents. So what you would do is you would create your background page. There you would say corporate identity up there. And then what you would do is you would present this page within that page and these pages within that page, so that we know that this is still part of your portfolio and not just another presentation that's been slipped in. Do you need a lot of this? Do you really need the table of contents for your for your standards manual? No. You probably could get away without that. Can definitely well, your logo, yeah, you need that. Logo misuse, need that. Don't need the grayscale. Color logos. I mean, color study is one thing, but you could do your color study on the same page as your grayscale, so you don't need that. Spacing, need that. Typefaces, need that. This looks really good. I think that's a good, but as you can see, this page, you're consuming so much of this page with this header area, and then within this page, you got this tiny little image. and we really would, what I would do is I would crop that guy like that and present that crop something like that. So you can really get in there and see that. You know, a lot of this stuff you can use stationary application and applications on the same page. Like for instance, you could put your stationary over there, and then you could put your image over there. Create a grid and really try to save some pages here, because again, as I said, my main concern is that the viewer is going to take a look at 49 pages and definitely skip through a few. So really decide hierarchy here. See what you can combine on pages. See what you can eliminate altogether. Very important that you do so. Web design, we talked about this just yesterday. Animated web banners, there's your section for them, but I don't see where they're at. Package design, this is good. Thanks so much for including that. Explains a lot. Thank you very much. I think if you're not going to mock this up physically, then this is good. It's a good way to look at it. So that's a good job there. That's a good job there. Remember not to ink areas that don't hold ink. That's going to show. It's going to show a lot. For instance, the bottom side wouldn't be inked. All these folds in here wouldn't be inked because the whole center structure, because it's showing the viewer that you understand production. By inking areas that are going to be hidden or folded away anyways, you could possibly cost hundreds of thousands of dollars in printing costs where you don't necessarily need to do so. So think about that. Publication design looks good. I would mock this up, definitely. I would show spreads too on this. I would start using the front cover, okay, and then show the first spread, the actual spread, what you see. So the inside front cover, and then whatever comes with that spread that comes with that. I'm not sure if these are set up in spreads, but it's kind of difficult to tell how that works. You know, and then also, oh, there's the back cover, yeah, back cover, so front cover, back cover, so that would be, so we're trying to figure out what would be the inside of the front cover, which would also be the inside of the back cover. So I'm guessing that would be that. Okay, and then, so it's just kind of difficult to figure out how these pages fit together. So think about that, and that's where a mock-up would really come in handy. Electives look fantastic. That's a great illustration. Love it. Love that one too. And your color illustrations are fantastic. I love this piece right here. I really do. I think it's so nice, and just, it's really such a cool style. Yeah. Okay, all right, so don't forget your credits. What are credits? You need a credits page giving credit to all of the images you use, like that. All of these images need to be credited. Anything you didn't create or shoot yourself needs to be credited. That billboard shot right there, that guy, that template, all this stuff needs to be credited. So keep that in mind. All right, good job, Elizabeth. Any questions at all, let me know. I keep my contact information since I'm familiar with your work. If, you know, feel free to contact me for any future needs in portfolio or design. And I really enjoyed having your class. I thought it was a great class. I thought you guys were a really good group together. You're very supportive for each other. So great job. Really enjoyed having you in your class. Thanks again.